It's 2 a.m. The world outside is silent, wrapped in the stillness of the night. But inside, your mind is wide awake. You toss, you turn, you check the clock, hoping sleep will return, but it doesn't. Why? What is your body trying to tell you? Insomnia isn't just about missing sleep. It's often a whisper from your body, a sign that something deeper is going on. And after 70, those whispers become even more important to listen to. They could be warning signs, signals of imbalance, or even your subconscious mind processing emotions you've buried for years. The truth is, sleep is not just rest, it's repair. It's when your body resets, when your brain clears out toxins, and when your immune system strengthens itself. Losing sleep at this stage of life isn't just frustrating, it can impact your memory, your heart, even how long you live. Mark Twain once said, "Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe." And yet, for many seniors, worries find their loudest voice in the quiet hours of the night. Thoughts about the past, fears about the future, regrets, or even the simple loneliness of an empty room. These all creep in when you least expect them. But is it just your mind keeping you awake? Or is your body sending you urgent messages about your health, messages you can't afford to ignore? Lying awake at 2 a.m. isn't just about overthinking. It's often your body trying to communicate with you in a language only discomfort can translate. After 70, insomnia can be a symptom, not just a condition. It might be telling you that something inside needs attention, and if you listen closely, you might discover the root of your restlessness. One of the most overlooked reasons for waking up in the middle of the night is your body's internal clock falling out of sync. As we age, our natural production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, begins to decline. That means the deep, uninterrupted sleep you once took for granted becomes more fragile. You may wake up feeling like you've rested for hours, only to realize it's barely past midnight. The question is, what caused your body to hit pause? Pain and discomfort are major culprits. Joint pain, arthritis, neuropathy. These silent struggles can intensify when you're lying still. Your body, no longer distracted by daytime movement, becomes hyper-aware of even the smallest aches. But here's something few people talk about. Sometimes, chronic pain isn't just a symptom of aging. It's a result of unaddressed inflammation or nutritional deficiencies. A lack of magnesium, for example, can cause muscle cramps and restlessness, making it impossible to stay asleep. Then, there's the hidden influence of your heart. If you find yourself waking up around the same time every night, it might not be a coincidence. Traditional Chinese medicine believes that different hours of the night are linked to different organs in the body. Waking up between 1 and 3 a.m., for example, is thought to be connected to the liver, which is responsible for detoxification. If your body is struggling to process toxins, digest fats, or handle alcohol, it might wake you up as it works overtime to cleanse itself. But science backs this up too. Studies show that heart issues, especially in older adults, can often manifest as disturbed sleep. If you frequently wake up short of breath, with a racing heart, or feeling anxious for no clear reason, it could be an early sign of an irregular heartbeat or even a circulatory problem. The body has ways of warning us long before bigger issues arise, but most people brush them off as just another sleepless night. And what about those nights where you wake up completely alert, almost as if your body has decided it's time to start the day? That could be a blood sugar issue. If your glucose levels drop too low while you sleep, your body will release adrenaline to compensate, snapping you awake, heart pounding, mind racing. It's a silent alarm telling you that your diet, or even your late-night eating habits, might need to change. Leonardo da Vinci once said, "A well-spent day brings happy sleep." But what if your sleepless nights are proof that your body is still waiting for the care it needs? The body may be restless, but sometimes it's the mind that refuses to let go. At 2 a.m., when the world is quiet, the noise inside your head gets louder. The worries you pushed aside during the day come creeping in. Regrets, unfinished conversations, moments that shaped you. Everything seems clearer, sharper, heavier. But why does the mind choose this time to replay the past? As we age, our relationship with time changes. The future once stretched endlessly ahead, but now it feels like a narrow path with fewer turns. This realization, even when unspoken, creates an unshakable restlessness. You might find yourself asking, have I done enough? Have I loved enough? Have I truly lived? These aren't just late night thoughts, they are questions of the soul. And yet, insomnia in older adults isn't just about emotional reflection. There's a science behind it. Research has shown that as we get older, the brain's ability to regulate stress hormones weakens. This means that something that wouldn't have bothered you in your younger years, like a forgotten errand or a small misunderstanding, now lingers in your mind, refusing to fade. Your nervous system stays on high alert, keeping you awake long after your body is ready to rest. But let's go even deeper. Have you ever noticed how your thoughts at night are different from the ones you have during the day? The brain operates in a unique way during the night, shifting into a more introspective and emotional state. The logical, problem-solving part of your brain slows down, while the emotional and creative centers become more active. This is why things that felt manageable during the day suddenly seem overwhelming at night. Regret feels heavier, fears seem bigger, and memories, especially painful ones, play on repeat. And then there's loneliness. Even if you are surrounded by family during the day, the night can feel isolating. If you've lost a partner or close friends, the quiet hours can be a painful reminder of their absence. The bed that once felt warm and familiar now feels empty. The human brain is wired for connection, and when it senses isolation, it triggers anxiety, even if you don't realize it. That anxiety can be subtle, manifesting as restlessness, overthinking, or a feeling of unease you can't quite put into words. Sigmund Freud once said, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways." And isn't that exactly what happens at 2 a.m.? The emotions we never processed, the words we never said, the pain we never fully healed from. They don't disappear, they wait, and they find us in the silence of the night. But here's something many don't realize. The way you fall asleep affects the way you wake up. If you go to bed carrying stress, resentment, or sadness, your sleep will be lighter, more disrupted. But if you end your day with moments of gratitude, even for the smallest things, your brain shifts into a state of peace. That's why many older adults find relief in nighttime rituals, writing down a few things they're grateful for, listening to soothing music, or simply sitting in silence, reflecting on a good memory instead of a painful one. So the question is, what will you choose to hold on to before you close your eyes tonight? Will it be regret, or will it be peace? Because the mind is always listening, and at 2 a.m., it speaks the loudest. Insomnia at 2 a.m. isn't just a passing inconvenience, it's a message, a signal from your body, your mind, and even your soul. The question is, will you listen? Many brush it off, assuming it's just part of aging. But what if I told you that your sleepless nights are revealing something deeper? Something about your health, your habits, and even your unspoken emotions? Because the truth is, sleep isn't just about rest, it's about survival. And when your body refuses to sleep, it's trying to warn you of something. The body's cry for help. Let's start with the physical. If you've been tossing and turning in bed, struggling to drift into sleep, your body might be telling you that something is out of balance. Chronic pain, digestive issues, or even mild dehydration can be silent culprits behind your restless nights. Have you ever noticed how your muscles feel tighter, your joints ache a little more, or your stomach feels unsettled when you're lying in bed? That's not a coincidence. The body reacts differently at night. Without the distractions of daily life, You feel everything more intensely. There's also the role of hidden deficiencies. Many older adults unknowingly suffer from low magnesium, vitamin D, or omega-3 levels, nutrients that play a crucial role in relaxing the nervous system. Without them, the body remains tense, unable to fully unwind. A study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that magnesium deficiencies in older adults were directly linked to higher levels of insomnia and nighttime restlessness. But here's something even more surprising. Your heart might be the reason you're awake. Studies have shown that many cases of late-night wakefulness are linked to subtle cardiovascular issues. If your heart is working harder than it should be, or if your blood pressure fluctuates at night, your body may be keeping you awake as a protective measure. That's why doctors often advise older adults to monitor their heart health closely, especially if they experience frequent insomnia. The silent battle within your mind. Then there's the mind. At 2 a.m., the mind isn't just awake, it's searching for answers, for clarity, for meaning. As we grow older, we become more reflective, more aware of time slipping through our fingers. But what happens when those reflections turn into regret? What happens when the past feels heavier than the present? Insomnia has a strange way of forcing us to confront our deepest thoughts, the missed opportunities, the words left unsaid, the relationships that drifted apart. These memories resurface in the quiet hours, demanding attention. And if we don't face them, they don't go away. They simply find new ways to manifest. Through stress, anxiety, even physical discomfort. There's an old saying, a man is not old until regrets take the place of dreams. If you find yourself awake at 2 a.m., reliving old mistakes, ask yourself, are these thoughts helping you, or are they simply holding you back? Because no matter your age, you are still writing your story. The past is unchangeable, but the future is still in your hands. The soul's deepest. Longing. But perhaps the most overlooked cause of nighttime wakefulness isn't physical or mental. It's something deeper. The soul has its own needs, and if they're ignored, they will make themselves known in the stillness of the night. Have you ever felt an unshakable restlessness at 2 a.m.? Not from pain, not from stress, but from something you can't quite name? A longing, a sense that something is missing? That's not just an empty feeling. That's the soul searching for meaning. As we age, we begin to ask different questions. Not just, how much time do I have left? But what am I doing with the time I have? Not just, who do I have in my life? But am I truly connected to them? These questions can be unsettling, but they are also a gift. They remind us that life is not over, that there are still things left to experience, to feel, to give. This is why so many older adults find peace in spirituality, in deep conversations, in acts of kindness. Because when the soul is fulfilled, the mind is calmer. And when the mind is calmer, sleep comes naturally. You don't need sleeping pills to quiet the mind. You need purpose. A final thought before the night ends. If you've been struggling with 2 a.m. wakefulness, don't see it as a burden. See it as an opportunity to listen, to adjust, to heal. Your body might need attention. Your mind might need peace. Your soul might need purpose. But whatever the reason, insomnia is never random. So tonight, when the clock strikes 2 a.m. and you find yourself staring at the ceiling, ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? What is my mind asking me to resolve? What does my soul still long for? Because once you start listening, you'll realize that the answers have been there all along. And when you finally hear them, when you truly understand them, sleep will come. Not just any sleep, but the kind of sleep that heals, that restores, that prepares you for a new day with new possibilities. And isn't that what we all want?